You could continue talking. I'm not doing this.
Is there anybody who wants to come in?
I don't know. I'll just throw it in there.
Is Voynich coming in?
I don't know.
Prelim?
I don't know. Whoever, whatever. It's in there. If they want to come, they're more than welcome. Pretty much, I mean, I think I touched, well, we really didn't get really into the travel on, you know, whether it be from ayahuasca or DMT or, you know, however you take your journeys. We really didn't get into that topic very much, but we pretty much touched on that, that technology, that amazing technology that we shouldn't be afraid of. And I brought up where Chris was there and the affirmation of what they did and how in sync, the synchronicity that zapped the heck out of me of when I seen that machine and what they did in the etheric realm at the same time. And then that thing came into my awareness at the same time, and it's still there. That whatever it was put there is there. It's, you know, and I knew, I was like, this is new. It just came up in mid-December 2020. This is something that's been going on for decades. I know this darn thing is new. And then I heard crickets. So we pretty much covered all the topics pretty well on, you know, what we were going to discuss. And I shared the unravelings with you that I've had since then that were amazing. Still a little trippy. I'm still a little tripped out by that whole phenomena happening. But
hard to describe. Anything like that is hard to describe in the language that we've got. The words aren't really enough, are they?
Mm-hmm. And it was so unusual. I mean, it's when I'm used to having the others, and then to have something different happen. It's like, huh? I didn't know what to think of it. I just really, it shook me.
How's it going, Prelim?
Hey, Patrick, how are you doing?
Hi, good. You know, Michelle, I think it sounds like you experienced the person that I saw in a lucid dream who holds the 3 keys. I mean, it sounds like you were a little bit traumatized, or it was shocking. And that's kind of how I felt when I met this. It appeared like a wise man, yet he seemed sort of sinister, or he seemed like he didn't really want, like it was his job, but he was tired of it, and because he has to deal with so many people.
I think I'm lost.
When the experience you had in December, you were talking about.
The guy that tried to grab.
Oh no, that was in January, but that was after I traveled with my husband through that machine thing like several times on December 31st. But I knew that machine thing showed up mid-December, and when I tried to share about it, the people that I thought that traveled and stuff that would have answers, I heard nothing but crickets, and I was kind of like embarrassed that I'm like, oh, did I overshare, or you know, did I give too much information out about my, you know, what's going on within this being, you know what I mean? Because I don't ever want people to think there's anything. And I'll say it one more time. We talked about it a little earlier, but there's nothing going on here that anybody else that wants it is that they can't have for themselves. It's just work. I mean, I call it. I mean, it's been a long journey. It's work. A lot of inner work has been going on, and it still goes on today. Yeah. But the one that we were talking about that was unusual just happened. When was that, Richie? A week and a half ago, or last week? Middle of last week, when I called you freaking out because it just had happened.
I've got no sort of real concept of time over the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. But that one was, I was picked up in the harness that I was in, the energetic field of this thing that I was in was completely different. And I did not leave this realm. I was here. It's technology that
it was holding you back.
No, that's how I was transported to wherever I went to. And then we were zipping through the sky. It was amazing. It was very strange.
It was like a vehicle?
Yes. It was a vehicle. We were zipping. But it was like anti-gravity.
It was Wonder Woman's invisible plane, wasn't it?
It wasn't invisible though, because otherwise, because the windows then I would have been able to see out no matter where I looked, but I had to look out I had to look out a window. The window was odd shaped, but I looked out, I saw the clouds, and we were above the clouds, and Paul and Boutte.
What was around the window? What was preventing you from seeing anything but what so you could see that there was a window, but
what it looked like when I was laying on what like I would call it like a healing bed, maybe, like that would use energetic type healing, not anything, no cutting, nothing like that. And I was told I could open my eyes because I wouldn't open my eyes, and I opened my eyes and I saw them in the uniform, and then I looked out the window. The window was like on the other side of them, but the wall kind of looked curved, like it was not a straight up and down wall. It had like a curve to it, and the window had an odd kind of shape. It looked, I'm trying to think of what kind of a metal or whatever to even compare it to that I would know. I mean, I'm not like a car person. I'm not male, so I don't know. I'm not a welder or anything like that. So I don't know what kind of alloy. It was an odd looking kind of material, but it looked metallic, but I'm not sure. It's not anything like that's not common. It's not something I've seen over and over. But anyways, it had the wall was not straight up and down. It was like a curve. I looked out the window that was past them where they were standing, and that's when I saw that it was blue. I saw the blue sky, and I saw the clouds, and I just saw like we were above the clouds. And then it was later on that I said, have we passed Las Vegas? Because I had no concept of how fast we were going. There was no G-force. My skin wasn't feeling peeled back, and or anything like that, because the feeling of motion or speed was not present. It felt like I was like floating. But they had said that we had already passed Las Vegas 5 times. Like we had went from California to the other coastline and back 5 times in that little bit of time. And I'm like, well, and then because I was asking to go, can this thing go blow my hair back speed? And they laughed. And that's, when I found out that we were hauling booty, I just didn't know it. I had no concept of it. But this was new. This is something that, I brought up seeing that one person that I've met in real life from years ago would be a close experience, but I didn't look out any windows then. And I would consider that a limited experience compared to this one where there was interaction. I got to see more. Plus, I got to see the holographic images that they shared with me. I got to look out the window. I was talking to them without my mouth. They were talking to me, into my head. Even when I was laying in my bed, we were having back and forth conversation. I mean, it freaked me out because then I'm thinking voice to skull, but then my husband would hear it too. And how come they can hear me? How come it's a 2-way conversation? I don't have voice to skull from my head, to be projecting back. It was odd. And I'm going to tell you, this stream here, after it's done, it's going to go on private because of the information that I'm sharing. Either you're here to hear it or you're not, because I still don't know how I feel about all of it. Except for I can say that they were benign. They said it was technology they've had for a long time, and they're bringing it out and they're helping mankind with it. And that part of it, is very beneficial. They were very kind. They wouldn't take me against my will. And this technology that's available.
So are you allowed to talk about that? I mean, if this is something that you're supposed to keep to yourself, I don't want.
No, the only reason I feel like I should keep it to myself is because of the crickets that I heard after talking about that I saw between what I'm calling the 4th and 5th. And I got no responses from anybody, nobody. I felt alone, and I felt like I overshared. And I don't want people to get the wrong impression.
I think that you need to share.
Boost. Oh my gosh, I've got two. I got Voynich and Wobbly Boost in the house.
Great.
He is amazing, you guys. Oh, okay.
So,
good to see you, Richie, by the way.
Yeah, and you. Good to see you, man. Good to hear your voice. I think you're meant to share it, Michelle, because I think even if people aren't experiencing it themselves, I think it's important to open people's perception up to what the possibilities are. And it's not for everybody, right? This knowledge isn't for everybody, and it doesn't resonate with everybody, and that's just because of where they are in their journey. And I guess we talk about.
Well, I wasn't told not to say anything. I mean, who am I?
Exactly.
I'm a tiny little speck of a
think it would have been
YouTuber.
made clear to you. I think it would have been made clear to you. I don't think you would have been allowed to retain the memory of it if you weren't meant to share it.
No, and they wouldn't have said it like they did, that this is technology that we've had for a very long time that we're bringing out, and we're helping mankind. We're helping people. I mean, they would not have put it in such a way. Maybe it's so people won't be afraid. But they're not going to just come and snag you, or it's not like.
What interests me is that it's an organization. It's a group of people. I'm just.
Yes, because they were in those uniforms. Yes.
I wonder. I mean, so they would when you were with them, you were traveling around the United States, like basically kind of going around in circles, weren't you? Like
as far as I know, maybe we went all the way across the whole plane of existence. I don't know.
No, but they operate in a realm that most people don't perceive anyway. So traveling around, it could be at altitudes, it could be one of the things that I've seen, the little flashing lights that are just going too fast, man, too fast to be. I captured one on. I was doing a slow-mo video of some beautiful birds here on the island a few years ago, and I was just filming the birds, man. And then when I was watching it back, my mate said to me, "What is that?" And we watched it, and it's little tiny. It was so bright, but so tiny, little strobe light, and it was still strobing at slowed down 8 times, on the iPhone, filmed in 4K at 60 frames per second, and I had to slow it down to. I think I slowed it down to like 32 times, and it was still flashing really, and it's still moving really quickly, and it sort of zigzagged through the sky, when an impossible distance and an impossible speed, flashing like it was just absolutely unbelievable. And I posted it on my channel saying, "What do you think this is?" Basically for people to, or it was, I can't remember what I called it, but it was something like that, just to see if other people could really perceive what it might be, because it was not a plane. It was absolutely not a plane.
Wobbly, hang on a second there, Richie. Wobbly, give me a heads up before you you do that, and I'll shut this down because I wanna go check you out. You're only gonna be on for like 30 minutes, so huh? Must be something good. Hopefully you're gonna sing to us at least in that 30 minutes. Okay, that's all. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? Before we go any further, Pre was sharing an experience that he had with a man that was holding 3 keys that seemed like he was tired of his job. I wanted him to finish sharing on that before we go too far down. Too far down, the.
Oh, sure.
Because I was just lost on what you were talking about on the comparison, and I think that's why I think we've cleared that up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lucid dream that occurred right before before I had all these Mandela effect experience. And in the dream, I was traveling. It was like an astral projection dream. I was flying, and flying was not strange to me. Like it was normal. It was a everyday type thing. And I was with friends, people that I knew in the dream that I don't know in life. And we were approaching. We were carrying some equipment that we were like delivering something, and I don't know the detail. I don't remember what happened before we were just traveling, and we were approaching this object. We wanted to go around it. We just, because it was in the way. I mean, we knew that we didn't want to go towards this object, and in the dream, we found ourselves getting pulled in, and we couldn't escape the attraction, the force that was pulling us into it. And then we each got pulled in. And to me, this is an allegory dream. I think it's what happened before I was born. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm misinterpreting the whole thing. But that's what I interpreted when I got up. And so before I woke up, I met this older guy that was holding 3 keys, and it didn't. I sensed it wasn't Jesus, so I ruled that out. I don't know whoever it was a ruler of Earth, of it's like some kind of maybe a demiurge or something fallen. I don't know. He seemed crabby. And yet he it wasn't like he had no purpose. He held up the 3 keys, and that's when I woke up. So that was all up. So, yeah.
Do you think was he offering the keys for you to choose a key, or was he giving you 3 keys? Or
no, I had to, in order to escape, I had to earn them 3. I perceive them to be 3 obstacles or 3 problems. And everyone was in these kind of cages, and it was kind of it was like a 1930s circus atmosphere, and I never liked circus, so I would never intentionally dream about circus. I don't like caged animals.
Really interesting, man. That's really interesting, because
I think it's interesting because there was 3 things that I was told back in 2011. It was 2011.
Well,
they all started with a P. It's kind of weird. It was like, you need to stay put, stay pure, and stay in prayer. And I was like, what?
Wow.
I have to do these 3 things? And I was like, what do you mean stay put? What does that mean, stay put? I can't move. What are you talking about? In other words, when I unraveled it, it means it doesn't matter where I go, there I'll be. Okay, so that kind of took care of the parable of stay put. No matter where I go, there I'll be. If I try to move because I think I'm trying to get away from a problem, guess what? Wherever I move to, there I'll be, and there still will be the problem. Stay pure. Stay pure. How do you stay pure? Well, what goes into the person is not what defiles them, it's what comes out of their mouth. So I had to figure out, all right, what am I doing that's impure towards my brothers and sisters? So I had to unravel that little riddle and parable. And then the stay in prayer, learn to hear that inner voice that's within and stop listening to the outside world. So I had to unravel those three, and I'm telling you, it's a daily work. And when you just said 3 keys, it's 3 things, and I was like, and I was given 3. And I'm going to tell you, I don't normally, I don't talk about people that don't normally come around, but pretty much a lot of people know who he is. What does he go by? Was it Suso? Suso. He wrote the book.
Okay.
He's been on the channel before. He wrote a book about his experiences, but he was told 3 things also by what he called these orb lights that came to him. He was told 3 things. And so it just seems to be a pretty synchronistic thing there that you just brought up, that it's not an uncommon
I remember looking closely at them. They were very detailed keys, and they looked ancient, and like he's been doing this for eons. He looked sort of tired, and he wasn't. I think he was mad at me a little bit, or expected more of me. I think he was a teacher. Should be further along. Impression I got. I just
sounds like you were looking at you.
I'm something's getting grabbled for me. I can't really hear him.
Grabble. He does that. Yeah, every once in a while. Oh.
You weren't supposed to be there.
I woke up right before the Mandela effect started, so somehow it timed, because I kind of felt pulled into this alternate Orion. That might be a coincidence, but that's what makes the dream special to me, is that it happened, I think a year before, February 2016. Thanks for listening to that. I didn't mean to rant.
No, you didn't rant. Thank you for sharing. And you know what?
Okay.
You wouldn't remember it with such clarity if you weren't supposed to be there, and you weren't supposed to.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was a spirit message dream, and it really left.
It's in your consciousness, and it's embedded. So there's reason.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Reminder. That's. I brought up conscience before because I feel like my conscience is a lot stronger since the Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've since talking to know you, I can see that.
And what you said too about how we respond, what you both said about how we respond to things, can counteract. Like we can make things so much worse by how we respond to those negative tests. Like, can get irate, and
especially as
things worse.
Especially as as semi-conscious creators, because we're aware of the fact that we're able to manifest things into reality, but we still don't really know how we do it fully. So we're like semi-consciously doing it. Yeah, it's.
Pre, can you see the chat?
I'll switch. I have it on my screen. Here it is. Okay, yeah, now I see it.
Pretty interesting.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, because I can see it in StreamYard, so I just wanted to make sure that you could see it. She said, I mean, she, because that's interesting. It makes sense. I mean, the things that they're saying, they kind of tie into our conversation.
I'm just looking at the chat.
I'm just reading what they wrote.
Yeah. It just takes
to have the 3 keys to unlock the way to travel through these things.
Gotta let go of the
Those
world
three
if you want to
things,
expand
they
into
say.
more.
Yeah, I to this unworldly realm. Those three things. Yeah, that's what I get from it. Um, so I'm looking for what those three main things are all the time, and it might be that each key is complex with several things all related. So I kind of just sense like what it is, and I don't have to overthink it. It's more just it just makes me more aware, and I want to be more alert for those.
G'day, Wack. Hey,
Oops,
Rich.
echo.
How's it going, man?
I'll just put my headphones on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we got a bit of an echo going on.
Yeah.
Cool. He's muted up. Go ahead. Continue.
I don't think I've seen wobblyboost before. Was that somebody that's always been around? 'Cause
I met
I have
him
shifting a lot.
before I met Richie.
Oh,
Wobbly, I met Wobbly in Discord a long time ago before I like got rid of it. Like the first time, and stayed gone from Discord for over a year plus. But yeah, he's an amazing cat. You're gonna really like him. He's also
That's
a
so interesting.
musician like
I was going
Richie.
to say, also a musician, man.
Yeah, he's also a musician, so I know that he's going to totally resonate with Richie. He plays the acoustic guitar and sings, and he does an awesome Johnny Cash. Hopefully, that's one that he's going to do for us this
I love a
evening.
bit of Johnny Cash.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I
wow.
asked him because he's only going to go. He's going to go live in a little while, and but only for 30 minutes. And I said, "Well, you're going to sing a couple songs," and he's like, I'll sing,
right.
but I'll do it here. So he's going to come on here and sing for us.
Swirling around the band.
Like, every night,
I don't know where.
I'm probably going to duet out of these guys.
From
You know.
prison. That's right.
He sings that one. Yes, yes, yes. So well, then Richie, we're going to be expecting a duet. Okay, just know
That would be
Hey, that
extremely
sounds
difficult with lag.
now because you're both in StreamYard. And you don't both play the guitar. Just you guys could sing together though.
Yeah.
I have a separate
Yeah,
phenomenon about seeing a new person every time I go on someone's stream. It's like they seem to know me, or like they've seen me before, and I've never seen, like Wobbly Boost is a new person to me, and yet he's been around. So it's like, well, how come why don't I recognize that name from previous? That's a mystery to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a mysterious person. I'm pretty sure, like, just say you might know me, Holly Baglio or Shana Hanea, I think was where I met.
Oh, I
Wack
blame
years
myself.
ago.
I think it's because I'm
You're
shifting in it.
Yes,
Each
he is.
version. Oh, okay.
Very good.
Yeah. I don't have a great memory myself, preliminal, but yeah, once I've known someone long enough and I've never
Yeah,
seen them outwardly negative to anybody deliberately, I'm like,
No,
I know you.
I'm just saying the community. There's so many well-known characters in the whole community since this thing 5 years ago.
It
And,
seems like there's
so
a
I
very
many-
keep
few
seeing
of
new
us.
names all the time.
We're
Right.
spread out all over the world, and I think it's amazing.
And I could
Thing
drop
is-
more names of women who are just spiritually just knockouts. Like, yeah. It's just amazing the people I've met through this thing.
There are so many creators that are, by the system, by the algorithm, whatever, they're being kept away from the masses, and so especially we've been kept away from each other because the people that are running the show, they don't want us connecting too much. They don't want us sharing this information too much because they don't want us getting too much control over our own realities. So yeah, they're trying to, because Wobbly Boost, dude,
Exactly right, Rich. That the fat controllers, they pretend they're giving us all these platforms to connect to each other, but they're just filters to make sure that we don't really.
The filters to filter us into our little echo chambers where we can just.
Yeah.
But that's where these people or whatever that did this said that they saw me was on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. So it's,
which is amazing to me in itself. And how did they find me, like, and know that they were grabbing the right individual?
Well,
I mean, the whole thing was just
they have to have been watching you for some time to have not. They didn't. I don't think it was just a case that they came across. They just suddenly came across you and decided.
They even talked about people I watched.
Completely.
They've been watching you for a while. They've been watching all of us for a while.
Oh yeah.
People can. That's all about perception as well, isn't it? How you perceive that.
Richie, Wobbly, that's Richie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I was yelling at the spirit in the chat. Sorry, mid combo. I'm terrible, man.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you that if you ever go to Wobbly's channel and he's live, the chat stream that he has there, everybody that talks, the feel that you get from the people that are there is amazing. I mean, talk about some loving, positive.
They are demographically diverse as they come too.
Oh yeah, but everybody resonates and is so respectful to each other. It's a utopia world with having diverse thoughts and allowing it and working. I don't know. It's a good feeling. That's all I have to say.
It has its moments. I think because it's successful now, that's why YouTube's trying to shut me down.
Yeah, I don't know if you just got here a little while ago, but people are going to notice that you're not going to find advertisements on my posts anymore because I made 0.0003 cents with 6,400 views.
Oh wow!
And they said that they had to refund the advertiser or something about the. I don't know. So it's like. And I haven't made anything since July of 2020. So I'm going completely community. So it's community.
Can anyone say breach of financial contract, YouTube?
Yeah, well, they're saying that they made sure they told me that they had to refund their part too. So, I mean, what can I say? Or what can I really do about it? Except for I said, well, I can probably do better without putting the ads and people will actually watch the video without having to be interrupted, and putting meditations up and making sure that the mid-roll ads was unchecked, and having somebody come to me and say that they were completely relaxed, and then a mid-roll ad came up. I was so mad. I was so mad because you don't want people to go into a meditation and come out and and buy something.
I started doing meditations and bushwalks awake, and that was exactly what they were wrecking. It's just they're just bombing it with ads. I mean, I've got an ad block, but not everyone has. You can't have one on your phone.
And you can't have somebody go into a suggestible state to expand their consciousness and have an advertisement and then wake them up, and then what are they going to do? They're going to go buy whatever they add. That's defeating the whole purpose of freedom. Hello. So I'm that's something that's gonna change. You're not gonna see ads very often on my content anymore. It's just not happening. Not gonna happen.
I haven't had a penny from YouTube since I monetized the channel. They've not given me a single penny. They still say I'm within the threshold, despite the super chats that I got in the live streams. They're saying that I'm still within the threshold. They say they've sent me the code to prove my address. They've posted me in the mail. In October last year, they said they posted it, and by December it still hadn't arrived. And beginning of January, I reordered it again, and it still haven't had it. Still haven't sent any code to me. So I can't even link my bank account, so they've got no intention of paying me any of the money that's in there. There's like £69.50 or something, so €69.50, sorry, and the threshold's €70.
How does it?
Even when it goes past the threshold, they're not going to pay me the money because I haven't confirmed my address by putting in the code that they say they've posted me twice, but I still haven't received. So
how does it seem related to the controllers or the filter? Like,
I mean,
like things like television media since the 70s and radio and YouTube and so many media feel related to the external rulers of the matrix. Like, even though they're on a more spirit level, it just seems like, wait, there's too many coincidences with that and the way, and I don't mean a certain people, but I mean like the controllers, which is very general to say, seem like they have backup from the. Do you know what I'm getting at? Maybe it's like a
you're
job.
talking about the technocracy aspect of
Yeah.
it, the technocracy side of it with
I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's a part of this reality, and I don't want to respond to it in a bad way.
I mean,
I'm sorry I made that so vague. It's okay. You don't have to.
the platforms that we share this on, that it gets censored on, and shadow banned or whatever.
Yeah.
The platforms have been compromised for a long time. YouTube
Yeah.
wasn't always like this. Well, it wasn't always like this, and as soon as they realized what it could do, they infiltrated it and shut that side of it down.
I remember the old.
I mean, the thing is, like I said, this all links back to perception. So they're telling us that that they've got this AI, this artificial intelligence that's more intelligent than humans. What they've actually got is just a really fast program, great processors, and it's another program. It's a bot that's able to process things much faster than we can. It doesn't mean that it's more intelligent than we are. It's right there in the bloody name, artificial intelligence. Anything that's artificial is not, it's never as good as the original. And so it's based on the original intelligence, which is our intelligence. So we are still the most intelligent things on this earth, the most intelligent sentient beings on this earth. And the levels of intelligence obviously vary between people, but artificial intelligence, they're trying to, I think they're trying to make us manifest true artificial intelligence. They're trying to make us manifest the sentient, what's that point? The 0 point,
And it's, I mean, now they have this robotic frog that is claimed to be the first sentient robot because they put these stem cells in it, and they say it's conscious.
yeah.
So, wow. I don't know.
I think so much of what we're fed is their wishes.
I guess
it's their wishes. It's not. I think so much of it is. Like,
I'll be right back. Don't let Wobbly start playing, but before I get back, I'll be right back. Okay. You guys
this
continue.
is what they want. This is what they want. They want, because if you think about it, if you think that we're avatar bodies, physical bodies designed to allow the soul to have a physical experience within the realm. So that means we're basically, these bodies are just programmable robots, artificial intelligence, until the soul's inserted. Once the soul's in the vessel, then it becomes a sentient being with a conscience and a and a connection to the control, to the whatever it is outside of the realm. Yeah, I don't know what point I'm trying to make again, but
Doesn't matter. I like your voice anyway, Rich.
eh?
It doesn't matter. I like your voice anyway. I thought you were there. Wherever you were heading, you were there. But I just decided I really like your talking voice. It's nice and good.
My talking voice.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right.
See, I'm a singer. That's what I love doing the most, and I love doing voices and accents and stuff. But when I listen back to myself talking, just when it's just me talking,
Oh, you hate your talking voice.
I can't stand it, man. I've
I'm the
never
same.
liked it.
I
I've
never
sounded
liked
the same since I was 14 years old, man. I've sounded like this since I was 14 years old.
your
Yeah.
voice is fine. I have the really
Yeah.
awkward. I have an awkward voice, and
Your voice, you remind me of John Levi, dude.
what?
You remind
John
me a
Levi.
lot of John Levy. Levi.
Yeah.
I don't
think I
know.
know who you mean. Anyway.
I don't know who that is.
John
John-
Levy. You don't know who John Levy is? Oh my god, mate.
Was he in
He
some?
rings a bell.
I'm gonna put a link to his channel. I'm gonna put a link in the chat because
Oh,
everybody
okay.
knows John
There
Levy
you
is.
go.
I can look it up. That's cool.
Must have been through there one time. It rang a bell. John
Well-
Levi's.
So
Well, I'll
John
take that
Levy
as a
is,
compliment, but I don't like my voice especially when I hear it back. It never sounds like it sounds inside my head.
I was just about to say, someone I knew who was pretty wise. Not very smart, but very wise.
Oh,
He said that's a dichotomy for the interface between the outer is and the inner is that the voice you hear inside your own skull is completely different to the one
to the voice that is actually heard by
heard
everybody
by
else.
the
Yeah, man.
ears.
Yeah. That's what
And you're
I'm
on the other
enjoying.
side of your eyeball, the other side
So-
of your ears.
So I don't mind listening to myself when I hear myself singing, but I can't stand listening to myself speaking.
Yeah.
Unless I put on one of my funny little accents and then I can come on as a different character. Just totally change the whole thing.
Yeah, that's why I like playing with myself, like just in the chat before I was calling myself a dickhead, just as a joke. But, you know, it's fun to get yourself honest.
Oh, we're all dickheads, man. We all have to. We have to
Yeah,
learn ourselves. We have
yeah.
to
I
learn
wish
ourselves.
I wish I was better every minute, but you know, God, I'm only human.
Well, I don't believe in polarization either. I mean, like if we
True.
try and say, okay, well, we need to be like super duper
Yeah, exactly.
fake positive. Oh, that's not realistic. We have
You
every
can't.
color in our rainbow for a reason, from the root to the crown, and we're to play the. Every single note needs to be open, vibrating to be our full potential. Because
You need to overcome the
otherwise you're not-
duality.
That's the best
overcome
advice I heard all
duality.
day. Anyway,
Yes.
that's awesome.
This
So, which is all
polarization.
about-
When you were talking about 0 point. 0 point to me is when you're living in balance, knowing yourself and self-empowered, knowing your sovereignty, consciously making your choice with your power and not
Energizing you.
imposing it on other people and oppressing others and
Yeah,
freely
and-
expressing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It is so freeing and liberating.
Energizing yourself and everyone around you.
Yes, and
Yeah,
you
because it's
can,
reciprocal all the time. Yeah.
without saying you know what, you need to think that everything is sunshine and roses. Now, one thing that I will do to people is when I hear them saying bad things over themselves,
Okay.
that
okay.
drives me
That shocks you.
crazy.
Yeah, baby.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
it's like stop
I get it.
cursing yourself. You're speaking these things
Mm.
over yourself,
Yeah,
and
you're
then you
making no
become the
fun.
self. Yeah, you become the self-fulfilling prophecy. You fulfill because that's the limits, and that's what you're speaking.
I'll never
About
do
yourself.
anything.
That's what's happening right now, though. I think
Yeah.
that's what's happening right
It
now
is.
with society on the whole. as they are a
They're purging
self-fulfilling
it out.
prophecy.
If they're thinking about it, it's coming into the awareness of the consciousness. They're going to purge it out, ground it out, repurpose that
Give it
energy.
up. Yeah.
Yes, and it's not a positive or negative thing, and it's not a higher than
No, but it's
listening
not
thing.
easy either.
No, I'll be the first to tell you that this block is one of the most. It's one of the best decisions, but one of the hardest ones we have ever, hardest journey I've ever been on, but one of the best decisions I've ever made to choose to go forward and progress. Even though sometimes I feel silly and ashamed or embarrassed on the things that I share, because maybe it goes over people's head. Maybe they think I'm just nuts, or maybe they're going to try and put me somewhere that I don't belong in their own perception. And because I don't belong here with somebody else here, I belong here. Okay. I'm not, this stuff it's real. It's more
What the hell
real.
am I doing here? I don't
We all have something to add, something beautiful, something unique, something that is ours, that makes our energy signature our own, but at the same time in an equal and balanced attitude, if that makes sense.
Well said. Yeah.
So, like you say, center point, the focus.
Center point is another word that I've heard it called. Yeah, 0 point, center point. Mm-hmm.
The middle of the rainbow. There's lots of names for it. Pi, really.
I found John Levy, except there's 3 different versions.
It's John, right? So
is it the African American John Levy?
No.
Okay, it's not him.
Right.
He was a jazz musician.
I'll send you I'll put the link in the chat. Right. You don't sound. It's not that you sound like him.
Oh.
It's the way. It's.
Oh, it's a certain.
It's you, right? It's your. I don't know how to explain it.
Just put the link in.
I don't know how to explain it, man.
And we'll find out.
It's like you don't sound like him, but you remind me a bit of him. Although you talk like what he's talking about is something completely different.
Does he work for the Bloomberg Report channel?
No,
it's another Levi.
There's lots of them. Hang on. Here's
I knew a really nice
link
kid called Levi.
Okay.
You guys are awesome. So where's the guitar at, Wobbly? Where is it? Where is it?
Absolutely. It's right here.
If you're going to sing some Johnny Cash, you may have a little duet thing going on. And
I was going to say about duets when I first came on. It's the only duet I've ever been able to do across the ocean, across the Pacific to the United States. Was always badly lagged, but the only person I've managed to get away with is a musician who's so good that she can sense the lag and sings along with me to this song. And
it's not easy, man. I did it with.
We can try, man. I'm happy to try. Sometimes I just have to take my.
I'm just saying that I think that Richie may chime in because I watched.
He's welcome to. I'll take my headphones off and he can just sing along live.
You sing and then he'll chime in if he wants to. There was a guy that was singing and they were on StreamYard and he was what's his name? Christian now.
Yeah.
Okay, he was
in the same country on the same server.
He was in a different country, and then the girl was like,
"Do you know how we
work out?" She popped on and then started singing with him, and it sounded awesome. Do you know how we
work out if the lag's going to be a problem or not?
If we talk over each other now.
You just tap out a beat.
Yeah. What about Preliminimal? Have you got a harmonica or a triangle or something, mate? Yeah, you got to count the beat out.
I'm going to be the good listener.
But I've done it just a few times and gotten away with it. Sometimes I have to tear the headphones off my head and the other people just play along.
So
it all sounds okay.
If you've got, especially, I mean, I pride myself on my rhythm, and a lag just completely destroys any sense of rhythm.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because it changes.
Preliminimal and I will tell you to be quiet, Richie, if you guys are not in sync, okay?
Yeah.
The only way
on
is
your
to try,
side,
man.
I won't
Yeah.
be able to tell. Yeah.
Yeah, because
The
if
only
we
way
hear
is
that,
to do it.
that it's not in sync, that means it's going to sound like that to the people that are listening that are in the
When
chat.
it gets when it gets over 2 seconds, it's just almost totally impossible to guess. But
I
if
think
it's
you guys
under
will
a
do
second, it
great.
can work.
Richie's got an
Alright, here it
amazing voice, so you'll
Oh
enjoy
God,
it.
no! It's too
So
early
I'll
for
stop
me to
talking
be
about it and
singing.
just
No.
start singing, eh?
What I'll do is I'll do that.
Oh my gosh, he's got his guitar out too. Uh-oh.
Oh, you got a guitar? Oh, that's even better. I should just take my headphones off. It's in E. It goes like this. Are you in tune? Bing down. He's got to tune it up now. Bing down. That's not helping. He's got to tune up. Everyone be quiet.
Go on.
It's working. It's in train rhythm. Blues in E. I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Fulham prison, time keeps dragging on. That train keeps rolling down this town. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy and don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head. Instrumental. Well, I met those rich folks eating in a fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. But I knew I had it coming. I knew I can't be. Those people keep it posted, and that's what yours is. There's people from this prison that railroad train with mine. I'd probably move it all a little farther down the line. Far from Hogan's prison, that's where I want to stay. And I let that loose whistle blow my birthday. Well, I hear that train coming, it's rolling round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. And I'm stuck in Hogan's prison, time keeps dragging on. That train keeps rolling. Ricky. Good girl.
Oh, yeah, that sounded like everybody else.
Oh my gosh.
That
You know what?
was
This side, you guys were in sync. I mean,
True.
that. I was trying to see how the
Sounded
chat,
all right
how
to
it
me.
sounded, but it
Spirit
sounded
loaded.
freaking awesome to me. I was like chair
I couldn't
dancing.
see the screen. I was looking at the words and chords.
Encore, 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 encore. You know you can't get out of here with just one. Now you
Woo!
got, oh no. You got
I
me all
did that.
revved up. As Johnny Cash would say, you got me all revved up inside.
Yeah, I'm revved up now.
I've asked you every single way I could think of to marry me. Come on, June, just marry me. You got me all revved up. You guys are so awesome. Richie, how come you
You
didn't
are.
sing? You should throw your voice in there too. You guys were really, really in sync. I mean, like,
Yeah, I belted the shit out of my guitar, the poor girl. Anyway, and
That
my
was-
hand.
that was tight. That was, I mean, I impressive. Pat, what did you think?
Well, I had to play really quiet because I'm in a apartment where the walls are, you
I
know,
heard the harp. Yeah,
it goes real right through the walls. So it's like 3 o'clock here, and
It's 3 o'clock here too.
oh, I
just
just had my kalimba and a hi hat.
I should play something quiet
that's cool,
because that
man.
was a rocky one.
Oh man, no! Don't you leave the rock.
Don't you?
You stay right there with the rock. I love the rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, look
Yeah.
at that hand. It's all swollen. It'll be all right in a minute.
All right, you can take a break if you need a break.
Yeah, that's
I'll have a cigarette.
I mean, you guys, that
sing.
was tight. I mean, from my end, it sounded.
was that what was the title of that song?
That's Folsom Prison, wasn't it?
Prison, man.
Yeah, Folsom Prison by Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Oh. Oh, great.
You're
And I'll-
American, aren't you?
I only know
I'll
three.
got the
I only know 3 Johnny Cash songs. It's Folsom Prison.
Hurt.
Oh God, what's it called? The most famous, the most cliche Johnny Cash song.
Don't know. What about Hurt? I do Hurt.
And Hurt. That's,
Yeah, you got to do Hurt now. And everyone in the UK loves Hurt. That they were the people.
Yeah,
that
do
told
it.
me to learn
Johnny
It's
Cash.
so-
Okay.
It's such a depressing song, though, man.
It's
It's like,
beautiful.
I hurt myself.
And I hurt everyone around.
If I feel real.
Oh, come on.
But it's all the stuff that Awake hates, you know.
If you know how many times he asked Junebug to marry him and everything he'd been through,
Oh.
his life, come on. It's not a depressing song.
Yeah.
He just sung out and expressed
No,
himself.
I'm not bashing it at all. It's not that.
I didn't
It's
think
like,
you were, sweet.
it's just not somewhere that I want to be anymore. That it's like
Awful,
one of
isn't
the
it?
reasons why I stopped writing songs was because I couldn't seem to get out of this.
Yeah.
Um,
I could only write broken-hearted songs. Or
Yeah,
traveling
man.
songs.
that's
I couldn't write any.
or just songs about frustration. and
Isn't
not
that
being
art,
able to-
though? I mean, art is expressive and you let it out through your art and you transform it. You're transmuting what's going on in your life into something beautiful and artful and letting it go.
I learned an old blues song, which is the happiest blues song about breaking up ever. It's called "Sitting on Top of the World."
I
I
can
should
have
do
it.
that one.
Don't you know?
Be quiet, too.
I heard some whispers in your chat that you may know some Pink Floyd.
Yeah. This is true.
Yeah.
we could do a better "Wish You Were Here."
Yeah.
Is that no? We're on Pink Floyd now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wish
Wish
You
You
Were
Were
Here.
Here is Pink Floyd, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know that's "Wish You Were Here" is the Pink Floyd song.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
God
Well, I
damn,
don't
you
know.
didn't know?
You didn't
Holy
know,
moly.
girl?
I just know another brick in the wall. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. That was a joke. Ooh, must be getting near that. Do you smoke fast and wobbly? Hey,
Hang on a out of tune. That's right. The belt of the shed on guitar.
Oh, you're still
That's-
stuttering.
Yeah, I'll tune it up.
Give me a beat. Come on, Prelim. Give me a beat, dude. Give me a
You guys
quiet little
decide.
I just thought of a song. I just thought of a cool song, man. Gambler. So the Gambler?
I don't know it.
What's Wobbly doing over there?
That's where my mind goes back.
Sorry. I'm right back. I'm black or white.
All right, we're about to do some Floyd now, guys.
Guitar is perfectly in tune again. Where's the chat?
I can't remember the fucking. Sorry, language. I can't remember into the Gambler. As soon as I suggested it, the entire song got erased from my mind.
I blame MI5 Rich?
Play something that you both know of, Lloyd.
I was gonna
I'm thinking about nowhere.
Hold on, Richie.
When
What was it?
together we'll go to taxi. So we took turns staring out the window at the hills. Lord took us. He began to scream. He said, "Son, I made life out of people's faces. No what the cards were, by the way they held their prize. Don't mind see you out faces. Let's give some advice." So I gave him a bottle, and he let down my eyes to swallow. Then he found me a cigarette and his face lost no expressions. Said, "You gotta play the game, oh yeah, learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. In the time of counting, the dealing's done. Now every gambler knows the secret to surviving is know what to throw away and knowing what to do. Good every hand's and every hand's a cruiser. This you know, die in your sleep. So when you finish speaking, he turned back to the window, crushed out his cigarette, and he beat it up the sea. And stared at the darkness. The gambler he broke even, and those fine words he found. He said, "I could do." You gotta know when to go down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. It's time to count down, and the deal's done. You gotta know when to go, know when to go down, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. Time of countdown, when the deal's done. You gotta know when to hold on, know when to hold on, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you sit at the table. Be time enough counting when the deal's done. There you go. There you go. Dirty
Awesome
Swine.
drumming there, Pre. Awesome drumming.
Silence after. That was great.
Okay, now-
dude.
Now let's see if I can get all three of you in one accord.
And I had the central blades all the works for himself.
What you got there? What are you guys gonna do in duetty? You know that with the sound when you guys were playing together, it was so tight. But in my earbud, in my ears, it was like more stereo, more dynamic. It's cool,
Right,
and
yeah.
I think Pre did an awesome job on the drums. So yeah. So Wobbly, what do you two know the
Oops,
same?
sorry, I didn't realize.
What do you guys have? What do you guys know of the same song? Same
I know
song.
that it loves
Same song.
the wasp itself, snatching them out of the air like candy.
He's listening to John Thor. He's listening to John Levy. Sorry, he's listening to John Levy.
Pretty.
I had to hear this guy.
You had
Right.
to, like right now, this moment?
No, I just wanted to play an excerpt. That was it.
You don't sound. I'm not like it's not that you
Oh,
don't. That
the one you
the
sound
same.
like.
It's that you remind me. Like
Yeah.
so John sounds. You
He's
both
calm.
sound
He has a
very
mellow,
calm.
No
Very
freaking
calm.
yeah,
way.
very calm.
Now
and
we've got Master
he's,
Willie of
he's
the
got
House
that-
of Boink. Oh, you guys, this is the night. This
Oh,
is
we got-
men's night. I can't believe the
Really?
phenomenal people that are coming together this evening
Oh,
that
it's really
I
the House of
haven't
Boink.
seen. Yeah, I haven't seen I see them like here and then there and it's so spaced out, but they're all like here.
Can I just apologise for before? There was a butcher bird in the middle of the night pecking worms out of the gutter, and I swore at him, and I forgot my mic was open.
You're not a problem. Do you see that Master Willie House of Boink is now in the house?
Master Willie's in the house.
I mean,
G'day, Master
come
Willie.
on, Wobbly. This is phenomenally awesome. Don't you
This
think?
is phenomenal.
Ah,
Master Willie.
My cup
How's
is
it going,
running
dude?
over.
Man, I met this dude years ago, literally.
Same about the same
several-
time that I met you. I met him, and
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I'm happy. You guys are gonna make me cry. It's like you guys are coming out of the woodwork of support. I mean, I don't know what you would call it, like good friends, like long time, good-hearted people all coming together as one.
These are people who got me through a couple of years in a row.
Oh, God, I mean,
Good to
wow.
see you, mate.
Everybody that's coming to the chat, everybody's phenomenal. It's just
I hope all
see
is well with you and your European home. Mate. I hope your health is well, mate.
wow.
We're gonna play something.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Yeah,
guys
I've
play
got a Pink Floyd song lined up, but I got all distracted because
What? Go for it, man.
Boink, boink.
If it's not brick in the wall or
Yeah, no
I won't-
copyright
I'll give you a
won't know
clue.
it.
It's got something to do with marijuana and a run out, but I'll smoke one after.
I'll just have to jam to it.
I think it's in D. It's got lots of D, A7, and G7 bits. The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass. Remembering the game, daisy chains and locks. Got to keep the loonies on the line. The lunatic is in the hall. You shout and no one seems to hear. And the band starts playing different tunes. I'll see you on the other side of the moon.
I've not heard that song before, man. I don't know what that was.
My ears.
I have no idea
If I
what
don't have to rip my earphones off, it means it was in sync to me.
Yeah, oh my God, you guys are awesome. Awesome. And, you know, it's just an amazing thing to see so many people that have been an integral and important part that have made something that stayed in my heart show up on a stream this late at this out of an hour. That I look at it like my, okay, you know, people say old souls or whatever. My old soul touching friends from out of the woodwork are just popping in out of nowhere. And Willie said he didn't even get a notification or anything, but here he is. So it's like those who can hear are coming and showing up, and they're here.
Oh, I forgot my mic was off. Yeah, it's like he just knew. He just knew.
Yeah, I mean,
See, we got the internet, and then we got the Ethernet.
that's right. Ethernet works much
Nobody
better, doesn't
controls
it?
that shit.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Right.
So yeah, really, you know, as he's been a shoulder for a few times for me, and yeah, definitely, you know, it's good to see you up and about and online too. So that means things are getting better in your direction, too, Willie. I mean, wow.
Yeah, I hope you're healthy, mate. I've been taking lots of medicine, as much as I can.
Oh my God! You store that in a python?
The healthy
Hey.
medicine. I think they might have.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so all
Nobody
right,
hates
so
the
I
sight
don't.
of that.
All right, so
Put
hang
that
on a
away.
second.
We don't show that stuff here.
Hang on
All right.
1 second there, son.
I don't even.
I don't
Okay.
need to feel so bad.
We're
Shit.
allowed to smoke on your stream, aren't we? Awake, but just this once.
you-
We'll never do it again.
You can smoke cigarettes all you want. I don't smoke on camera, and you know, I don't promote, nor
No, we
do I
shouldn't
discourage anybody's
Not promoting anything.
behavior, because it's not.
This is
Let me
my
say it. Let
personal
me make
self-control.
one statement. It's not what
Too
goes
right.
into the man's body that defiles him. It's what comes out. So, and I firmly stand. I'm not a hypocrite, and I'm not judgmental. I do not care.
You do
As
not
long-
judge. I know
Nope.
this about you.
I do not. I have no opinion whatsoever one way. It's a personal choice of your own to make, not my determination. And not going to judge anybody on anything. Not my
Well,
place.
I thought it was for Meister Willie, really, that I took such liberties.
You're going to ship it to him then. You just need to put that now in that little envelope and mail it on over.
Yeah,
Or maybe the
just send it right up
python
to
that the python that got smuggled to you in. Put it back in there.
Tchaikovsky told him to come here. How's that? That's the comment. No.
What?
He was listening to Tchaikovsky, and for some reason he thought, I'm going to check out a way.
You know, that's something actually. It's funny because that's something that I've done recently. I've been listening to classical music because there's definitely something there in listening to classical music, man. It just calms you.
Music.
Yeah.
Whenever I listen to music that resonates with me, that makes me feel good, it doesn't matter what kind it is. It's moving and makes me feel good anyways. I know there's certain ones that hit certain people in certain ways. Somebody could be listening to punk rock, but you know what? If it lifts their heart and makes them feel good and energized and makes them want to get up and dance, yay. Maybe they're a mosh pitter. I don't care. Or maybe they're into death metal, or what do they call it? Speed metal, or rock and roll, country. It doesn't matter. It's what it does for your heart and
Mosh
soul.
pits, man. God,
Mosh,
I remember
is that what they
mosh
were?
pits.
I said it right
Mosh
then, right?
pits
Mosh
in
pit.
the 90s. Mosh pits in the 90s. That's where I know
Yeah.
mosh pits from. Just ridiculous. Just guys basically shoving each other around, like, but there's no animosity there. It's like just just like shoving everybody around. It's just good fun. Big bundle. It's interesting. Yeah.
And nobody gets hurt. No harm, no foul.
People do get hurt, but it's I
Not
don't think
hurt
it's
on
ever
their
intentional.
feelings. I'm
It's
not talking
never
physical.
intentional. If anybody does get hurt, I think it's always just like it's because they've overdone it themselves, or it's been it's just an accident. Accidents happen when you're in situations like that.
Did you used to have super chat?
Who?
I thought you had super chat once upon a time.
Yeah,
I do have super chat.
there is
Oh,
super
you never
chat.
used it? Oh,
I have super chat, but I'm. Who's got the feedback?
We got the echo.
Who's
oh,
echoing?
my
Echoing.
Hang on.
Echoing. Echoing.
I
Echoing.
can hear my
I got the super chat. I'm gonna keep the super chat, super stickers, channel membership, but I'm not going to be putting allowing advertisements on my videos anymore because they said they had to refund. This is how come
Claudia
they said
Miller's here.
I had
Sorry.
6,400 views in the last 28 days or whatever, and I made 0.0003 cents. And so since last July, there's been no ad revenue. And then so I got a hold of YouTube, and I'm like, what's going on? Because ever since December, I started using the new software, and I started making some animal videos and some fun ones that really did really well. I was like, wow, my animals do better than I do. But anyways, the views went up, but the revenue never did. It actually went down, and then now it's like I'm almost to the point where I owe YouTube. I'm like heading that direction. So I contacted them yesterday, and they went through and they said something about that they've had to refund the advertisers back their revenue for something with the views, and I'm like, what the heck? So why should I bothering you guys with something that's supposed to, you watch the ads because you're thinking, okay, that's helping to pay for some of this equipment, software, and when it's 0.0003 cents in 28 days, and they're saying they're refunding it. So yeah, I'm keeping the other stuff because I qualify for it, but all the other stuff, bye-bye. I'm just not going to be putting ads on the videos anymore.
I mean, the thing is, I think YouTube's already said, haven't they? YouTube's already said that they've reserved the right to place advertisements on anybody's videos, even if people aren't monetized. They've said they're going to start putting video adverts onto unmonetized channels. So
no, you're reading that backwards. They're saying that even though you qualify for monetization, they're reserving the right to not monetize your channel.
No. This was something that was.
They will put an advertisement on there if there's a third-party content on your channel that is owned and copyrighted by somebody else. Then they'll collect the revenue from an advertisement that's put on your content.
Yeah,
but if
that's what. To be fair, that's what most of my videos, somebody's claimed copyright on it. Even one of my videos is a song that I wrote, and somebody else claimed copyright on it. But and there's nothing I can do about it either. It's really weird. But yeah, I don't monetize any. The only ones that I monetize now are the ones that are just completely, totally me, because I use other people's stuff. I use other people's videos and I use other people's songs. I've paid for the songs that I use on my editing software because I paid for the year's subscription. So I presume that means I've got copyright on the song.
Froze up on.
I'm allowed to use. Nobody's ever claimed copyright on them either. Nobody's ever claimed copyright on those songs. It's always on. There is one song that I use in my intro and outro that I love, and I don't mind them claiming it. I don't mind them claiming the copyright on it. It's Water Slide.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the
I don't
really
care if I
cool
use
double
somebody's
bass
stuff.
on it. It's got the really cool double bass on it, and yeah, oh god, it's so cool. It just makes you feel so good. That music makes me feel so good. I thought I've got to put that on because hopefully it makes other people feel good as well. But I got it from Everyday Masters.
Case. Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Casey.
So should I take that off, Wobbly? Do you think that the super chat should come down to you?
Oh no, I thought you had super chat. I didn't have the icon. I was gonna throw you a few bucks.
Aw, yeah, I have
Yeah.
super chat. You can do super chat and super stickers and all that stuff still. It's
Yeah,
just,
but for some reason it doesn't show up on my end.
really?
Have you got?
Yeah, I've got no icon
Did you
for
pay
it. I was just gonna throw you a few worthless Australian dollars.
Aw,
But
hey, there's
anyway,
nothing
What part
worthless
of
about
Australia
any
are you in?
support.
What
I
part of
also-
Australia are you in?
right up in the city's called Cairns. It's in the
Cairns.
northeasternmost
C-A-R-N.
city of Australia. Yeah,
Cairns.
Cairns, like
Yeah,
the
man.
Scottish place. Yeah. And it's got an international airport and the Great
There's a
Barrier
port
Reef and all
there as
that.
well, isn't there?
And I'm not in the city itself. I'm just up from it in the bush.
I know people all
Yeah,
over.
there's a port and there's there's a port and an international airport and all rainforest heritage places. Japanese and foreign tourists generally love it. Yeah.
So,
Hey, does the smiley face show up for you? Where you could put the emojis?
Yeah, I get the emojis, but not the I don't care if YouTube gets 30%. Smart chat.
my only
Yeah, they
problem with my super chat is they haven't given me any of them. I haven't had
I
any of
tried
them.
refreshing and everything, but it's not there.
Well, I'm asking the chat if they see it. So on my screen,
I can see it.
like on my
I can
channel,
see
it
it.
shows up.
Okay.
I can see
Oh, you
the
can?
monetized. Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you never know because who knows if they have blocked? I don't know.
Well,
I mean-
yeah, there's a YouTube for every zone, so they might have just decided you're not getting smart chat from Australia.
Did you see the new terms of service? There's a couple countries
I
that are
don't believe
affected by the monetization thing for YouTube. They're going to be taking more fees out. Like they don't take. Maybe that's why it's gone to 0.0003 cents is all of the surcharges and fees.
33.33%.
No, I'm telling you, I've made 0.0003 cents. So I didn't even make a penny. I made a not even a 0.0. Okay, point 0.01 would be a penny, so it was 0.0003.
Yeah.
So that's,
If they wrote you a check, you'd be in debt.
I'm going in the hole, man. I'm going in the wrong direction. Pretty soon they're going to be wanting me to write them a check. They'll be like, what?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Next time they'll start sending people a bill. They'll say, you owe Coca-Cola and WMG Music
Because you watched the
$50 this
commercial.
month. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh my gosh. Are you guys going to play another song? Wobbly, what time are you going?
Oh,
live, man?
absolutely. Yeah, about 10 o'clock, which is about 10 minutes. Yeah.
I
But I'll play
know.
another song.
yeah,
Is
because
Claudia still in?
or and then we'll all pasture over together. Did you
I'll
put
send
your
you the-
channel in the
Paul
chat
from
by chance?
Newcastle, dude.
What I'll do is before I leave, I'll actually just drop the link in.
That
I can
would
do
be
that now.
awesome.
Hey,
Oz.
Stream
We
Yards
got-
has come a long way.
Oh, hey, Paul from Newcastle. How are
Paul from
you?
Newcastle's here.
Have I missed anybody? We got Spirit. You know, Spirit is awesome.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Spirit's been with us pretty much almost from
The
like
whole
the
time.
gate go, man. It's like,
That's
yes.
just
Oh, I know.
loyal.
Claudia's still in it. Claudia Miller.
Claudia
So
Miller.
Claudia Miller's one of my subscribers, and she's been really supportive. She's sent
you
money
asked
to
her
my
to come
PayPal and
here?
stuff,
Yeah.
and she
Carson.
loves Alfie, and you know she there's really good comments on my videos. So there was some money in my PayPal today from Claudia, so I sent her the link and said, "Do you want to come and see what we talk? You know, what I talk about, the sort of stuff that I talk about?" And she's come. She's been in. She's put a note in just saying,
That's sweet.
Where
That's
is it?
nice.
Yeah. That's some good schmoozing, brother.
"Thank you, Richie, for inviting me to this live stream and to the Awaken Active channel. I've really enjoyed meeting and listening to you all." So I don't know if she's still here, but I just want to say, hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah. It's another familiar name, but I never know.
And sharing is caring.
But Paul, I know, he's from the England Newcastle. We've got a Newcastle here, but we've got the copy of every English town.
Noticed, man. Do you know how many places in America have got English names?
Yeah,
Birmingham and
yeah.
you know they've got it all in America as well. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Every
The British
suburb,
Empire,
yeah.
man. This whole British Empire crap.
Just renamed all the Aboriginal names to British names.
Yeah. Rewrote the history.
Really, when I put it on my taxes, it shows that I'm so in the red that they actually give me the business loss deduction. Because after we pay for all the software and the equipment and everything, we really do run in the red. You know, even this software we're using now, this is the paid for version. It's $278 a year. So to use the StreamYard, how I use it with, you know, where I can put all the stuff in and unlimited, and then they nickel and dime us to death. They just do. So yeah, I do put it on my taxes. So yeah. He told me to put it out.
We don't have to do taxes like you do. Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Oh, it's crazy. They have to tell everything. Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
I don't
you guys
do it.
chat
Yeah,
for
anyway.
2 minutes, a 2-minute TT
Well,
before you play. Please, just 2 minutes. I'll be fast.
Well, I was gonna. I won't play a song until you come back. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Guarantee
I'll be
you.
right back.
Yeah. And then I'll play one of my own. I think. Hey.
Yeah, man. I want to hear one of yours.
If you put John Levi on 200% speed, he sounds like a normal person. Does he talk really slow? Yeah, I'm sure I know that guy.
He's right. John's got a really interesting voice, but some people
I always have
think he's a little bit boring, but he's just very.
It's always
His
been.
level just doesn't change. He's not monotone. It's just that he's on this constant level. He's very chilled out, but you can hear. What I can hear is
Excuse me.
pain. I think that's what I.
Turned into a popcorn rock.
That's what I
So hard.
recognize.
Further
Like
run
not
through some
pain,
Oh,
like
it's-
disdain. Like
His Preliminimal
just
playing
so sick of how it is.
Hey, Rich, I think Preliminal's playing it, is he?
Yeah, I think I can hear it.
it. I was just looking it up too. So, Jinx, Preliminal.
down here we have
He's really good, man. I love John because
side that I have to understand.
I love what he's talking about, and I think I really like him as a person. He sounds like somebody that's just had enough, man, and just wants
Sides.
Okay.
everybody But it's like me. I've heard enough, but I'm angry about it.
It's real different.
He's not angry about it. Prelim isn't angry about it. You know, it's more of a almost like
It's like a serenity to keep your sanity.
yeah. It's like
Otherwise I freak out. I have to keep that kind of inner peace going on, and it doesn't have to be fragile. I mean, I can be assertive with it. Yeah, the inner peace has to be there. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise,
did you? So you didn't know John's channel before? You should definitely watch his stuff, man. Everybody should watch John's stuff.
I was subscribed. I haven't received any notifications because I remember watching him years ago, or at least 2 years ago, and I totally forgot about it. And you reminded me. And after I found the channel, it already said subscribed, and I thought, where has this been? I forgot about this. Because he's great. He's really good to listen. I like what he
yeah. You definitely sound a bit happier than John. John sounds a little bit more kind of fun.
It seems pretty clear what we're seeing here. And it looked like this had been a blast site. And I did come to find out that the narrative.
Yeah, he's got that obliviousness.
Yeah, but he's not. He's like, he's complete. He can see it. He can see it.
He's really great at
They
defining.
do sound similar, Richie.
That's
Their
fine.
voices sound similar.
It's
Maybe
a similar.
Free
like,
disguise. He's really that guy.
John's a little bit more monotone than you know.
He's in
There is
disguise.
a certain.
I'm kind of monotone too.
No, you're not monotone, dude. You're not monotone.
He
It's
can
not
be just like he's.
Sometimes-
your voice has got much more inflection on it, right?
Oh, no.
It's not that. It's
Probably
the
feeling better
energy.
tonight.
It's
Hey.
the energy behind. It's the
I'm
energy
Well,
behind the
not-
voice.
When I'm
mono-
depressed, I very much.
I'm actually better than those phone calls where it's a robot and you can't tell anymore if it's a robot trying to
Well, that's it.
call
That's
you.
that's the point at which the
why it goes,
language gets. That's the point at which language gets in the way of communication.
They have. I'm serious. There's robots now that are doing the calls, the fundraisers. The police are doing their annual fundraiser, and they called and they asked for somebody that doesn't even live here, right? And I'm like, nobody lives here by that name. Oh, it doesn't matter. We called to talk to either of you. And I'm like, either of us? Well, I just told you that one doesn't live here. Well, we're doing our annual. And then it started skipping. I'm like, you're not a person. You're a freaking robot again. They got me again. I hung up. It's like they're robots calling, but they are making them sound more and more like people. I think people, when you had that job, think about this job. You're sitting there and you have to call people and solicit. They get cussed out, hung up on, yelled at more than any job out there, right? So I guess if we were going to farm out a job to a robot, that would be the best one. Yeah, let them be the telemarketers.
I mean,
so we,
but but then that kind of defeats, because part of you got to cut you got to cut your teeth in sales, telemarketing, man, because that's how I cut my teeth in sales.
Nobody deserves that kind of treatment. I mean, you can get the most random.
No, I know, but you have to build up. You know, we've got to build up. But
oh, they call you everything but your name. I mean, you get some people that, I'm on the do not call list. You you're like, oh,
thankfully, I've never done that. That's some of my. But when I was
for 3 hours, I made it.
Screaming at you in robot.
Wow.
I was doing it trying to sell.
3 hours.
I was trying to sell sat nav to logistics directors, right? The sat nav, new sat nav to logistics directors, and I was trying to sell it over. What's that? Really well-known sat nav system, TomTom. It was meant to be better than TomTom. I was competing against TomTom, so I'd get cussed out a lot for that.
I think Preliminal's got some tom-toms. I heard them earlier.
No, there's somebody that has
Conga.
the name
Conga.
on YouTube is TomTom. I wonder if they did it based on Richie's comparable there. Interesting. Makes you think more when you read people's.
It's funny because you don't hear about it anymore. I used to hear about TomTom all the time, but that was in the UK. So I don't know if there's still a thing in the UK. I don't know if TomTom still make sat nav.
You mean the rack toms on top of the bass drum, or do you mean tom? Do you mean like timbales?
Your drums that you were playing, the tom-tom.
Is that a timbale?
No. Timbale is the sort of Mexican high-pitch drums, two of them, a lower one and a higher one.
Right.
Timbales.
So what have you got there?
Timbales are awesome.
I have a drum kit that I've had since 1977.
You got a whole kit?
Tama drums, yeah. Full set.
Oh, Tama as well, man. That's Lars Ulrich's kit, that is.
Bloody
Lars Ulrich played on Tama. Plays on Tama.
Tama is my favorite snare, the most crisp, especially the 79, the older version, 79.
I thought they had Tama have got really good bass drums.
Yeah, good bass drums and floor toms.
GW. Have you ever heard the GW bass drum? Oh my God, man. I sat at the other side of the room and it must have been, oh God, I don't know. It was a huge room I was in. Sat at the other side of the room and the air from the bass drum.
Smacks you in the face.
Just blowing my hair from the other side of the room. The bass drum was just immense, man.
Yeah.
The whole kit was beautiful. So
GW is a kind of
great company. My favorite drum company.
With Vic Firth sticks.
Yeah. Hey, I should play a song. Rich. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm talking about music. This is mine.
Do it.
Long flat field, hopping day, flies and dust, $50 a day. Nighttime mosquitoes hopping in the fire. There's rain in the night. You on the wire. For the sun we stop in line, stuck in hay until nighttime. Lifted my head to watch the blue skies, and that big yellow sun's just burning in my eyes. Before the sun we stop the line, stuck in hay until nighttime. Hot summer sun still burning through my back, and the foreman is swearing he'll get the sack. Long flat feet, hot burning day, flowers and dust, $50 a day. Nighttime mosquitoes hopping in the fire. There's rain in the night, June on the wire. Back is broke, my feet are there. I wish I was home, I wish I was there. The very next time I get my pay, I'm gonna get in my car and drive far away. his long flat feet, hot burning day, flowers and dust, $50 a day. Nighttime mosquitoes hop near the fire, there's rain in the clouds, chew on the wire. Nailed it. All right, let's start a band, Rich.
Did you hear what I was doing? Did you
Yeah,
hear
it's
what I was
perfect.
doing though?
It was literally perfect in my ears.
Mm-hmm. When you guys are both playing, it's like I don't know. There's something with my earbuds that sounds so stereo, clean, tight, awesome. Love it. What an honor.
Good.
That's cool.
And even
like
yeah,
it.
I
We
think
should send stems to each other. Holy. Like
he was hitting his drums. I think
if
too.
the only way I can do it is on record it onto my iPhone and then send it as a
file, yeah.
as a WAV file. Send it as a WAV stem, an unbalanced WAV stem, and then you put it into whatever you've got. I don't know what you use.
Audacity, the free one.
Yeah, Audacity, man. See, I've got
Mix that up with
Audacity.
that,
I guess I could just put it.
I can just send you
Audacity.
Audacity files, but the Audacity files are big, so you put them into an MP2 and email them.
Before she leaves, so you can say goodbye.
Say that again.
Oh, Claudia.
Read the chat.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Friend. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but
See you later, Claudia. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
throw that link in there because we're about to zip up anyways and head over to the party is moving to wobbly.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta rotate it.
Wobbly boost. And this is my, of course we shared all that crazy stuff. And then also that, let everybody know that the posts are going to be coming out without ad. So it will, I guess, rely more on the community for sharing information and content because I don't know how much they're going to promote, which, the channel hasn't even grown anyways. But if you don't have their ads, I don't know if they can't make money from you in that regard, if they even suggest you. I don't know.
They're constantly changing it all anyway. So.
It's always. It was just scary when they went through, over 6 months of content, and it almost sounded like I was going to have to write them a check. I was like, what?
Yeah, you're going backwards. How can I go backwards?
And what do you say? My people are what? They're not real people.
I already give you 30%, master. I got to feed my children.
I think it's more like 40%, and then you have to make a minimum before you'll even get paid. I haven't seen a nickel since July of 2020, so it's just like. And then when they were looking at it, and I was looking at the ad revenue, it was almost like in the negative. I'm like, oh my gosh, take that shit out. Take that stuff, off, because I don't like ads anyways. So if it's going to really cause, 0.0003 cents for 28 days, why should I make anybody hassle with that?
Yeah, they like Meister Willie says that they want everyone to stay in their demographic and sit there and don't meet other people ever.
Yeah, he didn't even get a notification, and I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe to so many people
I've literally got half a dozen people that I can't see them in chat. They're my best friends. Like, subscribe to them, knowing them for years. Can't see them in chats across the streams.
Whenever you have time offline, I'll show you how to go into your Google account to see if there's something going on there where they may have gotten.
I've done that.
I've done that. In the Google side or just YouTube?
Well, there's 3 layers. So there's YouTube side on the you know,
Because sometimes our
control panel.
moderators can do something because they've got more power than they used to have, and
Yeah.
then we don't see people anymore. We're like, what?
Mm.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, there
Uh-oh.
was a trick for a while where moderators could make themselves invisible on your channel, so that you get a bloke, someone would spam sock accounts until you thought they were someone else, that they do, you know, pretend they were someone that you already knew.
Really?
And you give them a wrench and they could hide it. They can't do it anymore, but yeah.
But they
it's
can.
constantly changing. Huh?
They are allowed to ban people now from chat streams, and then the content creator doesn't know. And then the sad thing is the person doesn't know that you can't see what they're typing. So they're like an invisible person, but then they're just thinking you're ignoring them, and it's kind of messed up.
Today, Rich, that happened today on 3 different streams. The moderator can't see that it's been deleted. There's no comment from Google at all that you get deleted unless you're a moderator making a comment that the Google moderator team doesn't like. Literally on 3 streams today. I mean, this is political activism.
And it's Google moderators, not ones that you've set.
Yeah, Google moderators. They override your wrenches, even your super wrenches or whatever. Even your bots, everything.
Well, I know that they've been going
through
and closing it.
Sorry, yeah, but you can't see the edits. It's only when they censor a wrenches comment that you can actually see it. That the Google moderator team deleted. And so everyone in the chat that didn't have a wrench is saying, how come the fuck I got deleted? He said fuck, obviously.
Well, they're closing people's YouTube accounts that have, you know, good outcome views and pretty popular whatever.
They're closing down accounts. They've closed down accounts that have got millions of subscribers.
I'm on my last
generating.
I'm on my last strike, Rich.
I had 2 strikes, but I think I've gone past the date, and I think they've actually come off my channel now. And I had 1 strike removed because I had they upheld my appeal. I won my appeal, so they moderated it, and they found that it didn't do what they said it did. It wasn't hate speech, and they put the video back up. So that was good. That was a video talking about the origins of Antifa.
Oh yeah.
All I was doing was just quoting history. I was just basically quoting history. I wasn't saying any hate speech or anything. I was just saying, look, it's the same.
Yeah, no. My response is I'll put the link in the chat. This is my response.
Put your link in there, because it looks like everybody's like dwindling out because they know we're about to
this is the video I just released, which is a cheeky stab at YouTube for but you got to read the description to get it. That's a cheeky stab at YouTube for trying to get rid of my account. But yeah, I'm going to mute for a second and set up my new stream.
Okay, and then so that link right there will take you to his channel, and then you can just subscribe and then be over there for when he goes live. Any final thoughts? Pre, you want to go first, and we're going to zip this up and head over to Wobbly's party?
Sure. Really enjoyed tonight's show, and thank you so much, everyone. I just subscribed to wobblyboost, and I have to work on some more paintings, and I'm mainly a visual artist. I've been playing drums since 7th grade, but that was more of always an extension of art to me. So I'm kind of into more experimental type of music, and I was in a lot of different bands through the 80s and 90s and zero. Mostly lately I've been doing a lot of international where you send files back and forth, and I do collaborations with people in France and England and all over the place, and that's a lot of fun. But a lot of it also my channel just has sort of a eclectic mix of things, and I post music from my collection that they allow. You know, some things they take down right away. Usually you can kind of tell, and most of my music isn't like of the corporate world anyway, so that's no problem. Thanks so much for having me on. And
you do.
Yeah, preliminary.
and I have to look over more videos from the 00 channel and the Wobbly channel. I just checking that out. And now I'm getting reacquainted with John Levi. So that's great.
Yeah, man. About what he's talking about. You've got to really pay attention to what he's talking about.
Oh, I know. He's like a poet. He is a poet, I think. He must be.
And the footage that he shows, the photos that he's looking at and stuff, and what he's discussing, it's just fascinating, man.
Yeah, really great. And with that, I'm gonna head over to Wobbly's channel for a while and probably fall asleep after that.
Cool, man.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. Thanks, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. This was a great stream.
Yeah, thank you. I just put your link in the description, or I'm sorry, in the chat. So anybody that is interested in checking out Preliminal's art, his eclectic taste in music and everything that he does to express himself there, it's in the chat now. Because I was going to tell you to do that, but I went ahead and looked it up for you real quick. You might want to do it to make sure I did it right.
I just typed it in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, right below yours.
Cool. Okay, that's great because I'm sure you have a specific name.
And finally, I got the link from my stream, which hasn't started yet, but it will shortly.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Willie's been still researching the star thoughts.
And Double O's channel link is in the description box. So anybody that's looking for him, he's easy to find in that regard. So
especially if you want to learn about star thoughts and the planetary alignment and words.
No, don't come to my channel for that. You won't find anything. You won't. Yeah, I'm not talking about star thoughts on my channel.
No, he likes to check. He likes to go after us American people for the way that we speak.
It was a joke.
No, it's not. It's not Americans. It's everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah, but you know we butcher it.
Anyway, I'm over it. I'm over it. I've taken that video down. I'm over it.
Excuse language.
I realised very quickly that was
some tolerance done run out.
But you know we butcher it. Come on. You know we do. We know we do. It's not on purpose. We're sorry.
No, you made it your own. That's what you did. You made it your own. You didn't butcher it. You made it your own.
Okay, that's what we'll call it.
You know, they do exactly the same thing in London. You know, they do exactly the same thing in London. Though they make up their own chat. Yeah.
You sound a little more Irish than London.
No, that's not Irish. What are you talking about? No, that's like
a little more Irish.
Right down in London, and they got this. They want to keep hold of their connections to their African and their Afro-Caribbean roots and stuff. So they got this like, and they got a patois, and I can't speak the patois, man.
Okay.
I don't know the patois.
I come from Bradford, but I'm really from Africa.
I'm 1/4 North African, man. I'm 1/4 North African, so.
So you can go ahead and do that.
So, well, it's funny because all this stuff going on about race and whatever, and I mentioned this in somebody's stream yesterday or a video yesterday. Made a comment saying I've got an interesting perspective on it because I'm mixed race. I am actually mixed race, but
who is
I look like I'm English, but I look
I got
like
like
German
8
or
different
Eastern
races.
European. I look like a German or Eastern European, but I'm English and I'm actually quarter North African. So, like a tan. Like if I bothered to go out in beautiful sunshine here, I'd be really brown.
Wow.
Oh,
Really,
you should live
really
here. Yeah, Northeast Australia, you get a good tan. They
Yeah,
think
but
you're
the
a
thing
local.
is, the sun's here, but I spend all the time inside.
Yeah.
Well, now, especially now, because I just
Yeah,
can't deal with people, man.
it's not your
Mm.
fault that the
Deal
weather
with
god hates
people.
England. It's not your fault.
He's on the
Oh,
Canary Islands, though. He's not. He's actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
not.
you're
I'm
in the
in the
Canary
Canary
Islands.
Islands,
That's
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful, man. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
exactly.
nothing
That's
to
what I'm
bitch
saying,
about.
dude.
on the Black
I'm in the
Beaches,
Canary
man.
Islands.
Oh,
I'm in
player.
Tenerife. I'm in Tenerife. So, but
Tenerife,
they've screwed with the
yeah.
weather. They've screwed
I
with the
know a
weather here.
Swedish couple that
They've
live there
screwed with the
now.
weather
Yeah.
here, man. They've totally screwed with
Right.
it. The last 2 years, the weather's been completely different. Totally changeable. Cold,
Yep.
much colder, much wetter, much windier. It's been crap, man. Really
It's
crap.
been a bit crazy. Right.
Did cassowaries always exist? Because when I first saw them a couple of years
Yeah.
ago, I thought it was a Mandela effect.
Something
What's
not
that?
real, yeah.
What?
Cassowaries.
The blue, you know, they're like they're related to the emu.
Well,
The
in about 5
bird.
in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, the cassowary in
If you come
Australia.
to my
Yeah.
you come to my stream, I'll play a video of a cassowary that turned up in my backyard. He's gone away now, I think. He's gone.
That's
He's
it's not.
coming. He's gonna go to sleep over there.
It's not
Yeah,
like that.
we can all pass out, and I'm going to pass out there anyway.
I mean, they look like dinosaurs. They're blue and they run really fast. They chase humans. They've killed some people, you know, not because they have really sharp beaks. And
Yeah,
I've never
not-
seen them until just like 2 years ago. Never before. They
Never
No.
before.
No.
Never before.
But if you see, I mean, if you go through all of the Mandela effect animals, man, it's insane. It's absolutely crazy. Some of the animals that are out there now.
I know. Yeah,
Like,
I've kept a whole photo journal of every Mandela animal.
oh, it's amazing, man. It's really
Wonderful.
cool. So cool.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of it is because of that that leak from the nuclear power plant in Japan that's still pumping out all this nuclear waste from its ruptured
Oh my God!
system.
And I've heard two conflicting reports. One saying that it's still leaking into the ocean and the atmosphere, and one saying, "Oh, we've got it contained." And you know,
I mean,
you know,
I don't think it is what they say it is anyway. I don't think a lot of nuclear power. I don't think it is what they say it is. I don't think that the nuclear power is necessarily dangerous. I don't think that. I think there are certain aspects of nuclear energy that are dangerous, but that's not necessarily in nuclear. It's all in the waste, isn't it? It's in the waste of the.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about Fukushima. And
Yeah. I was talking about Fukushima, man.
Oh, you were.
Okay. Fukushima. Yeah. But so I can't. To be fair, I can't remember the last time I heard about it. But I know last year I heard that it was still pumping out.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay.
You guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Time to go to Wobblies because I think he's already 30 minutes behind when he said he was going to live stream.
Great.
So
right. I'll see you guys.
I'll see you guys in a few minutes over there. And
you're quite right. I am way behind schedule.
Yes, and people are waiting.
Thank you.
People are waiting for your stream. We'll see you there in just a minute. We're going to zip this up. And guess what? Here we go. We're closing out. Richie, final words, Richie?
Keep control of your perception, man. Keep control of your perception through knowledge.
Knowledge of yourself. Know
thyself.
Take your power onto yourself. Wield it for what it is that you desire in life. Do not hand it over to another. There's his notification just came up, and